to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Tuesday. May 30th, 2023. How are we? My people, my Goofonians. We are here for the last supper of the day. And we just wanted to talk a little bit about the increase in UFO activities today. And also how some of those today aren't real. They're just fake, or they're made up stories that people are including as real UFOs today. Record numbers. And you know, it bothers me when we talk about record numbers of UFO sightings. How many are real? What do you mean by that? How many sightings are legitimately secret technology or alien spacecraft? I always wondered if there was a way we could literally figure that out. But I have an idea. All you have to do is say everything is man-made, and you'll be 99.99999% correct. That's why being a debunker is easy, but being a good debunker is hard. And there aren't very many good debunkers anymore. I never thought I was a good debunker. I was just a guy who looked at videos. I never took deep dives into stuff and going down wormholes, rabbit holes. And yeah, I always avoided that stuff. I pretty much could tell right away without having to do deep dives. Although I've done many deep dives, I just don't like doing them, especially for people like Bledsoe and, you know, people who like Anjali, like you really need to go deep to figure those people out, you know. Whitley Strieber is somebody you would go a little deeper with because he's old school. It's just he's got tenure. That's all it is. Who's this lady? Is that Aunt Jeanette? I had an Aunt Jeanette. I used to have an Aunt Jeanette. Jeanette Angel, the angel of Goofon, with £10, 10 quid. It's a super sticker, folks, and it's not yellow. It should be yellow. And why am I yelling? It should be yellow. It's not. I wonder why. But thank you for the continuing support. And usually the first Goofonian to put a super chat out. Mucho gusto, generoso, Jeanette Angel. Doing it again. Ben, I found the video that I wanted to show you yesterday. I had it up the whole time, but I didn't see it. Ben throwing down £2, 2 quid for his support. It's a super dono. A dono, for those who don't know, is a donation with no sticker, no emoji, no chat, no comment. It's just pure love. And we're secure in our masculinity to say that. Ben, I love you. See? Wasn't that hard? What? No, I'm joking. But I wanted to show you this video. This is for you. So let me pull it up. Let me pull this shit out. Excuse me? Thank you for the support. You can help support Goofon the same way. We are supported by you, actually. So the viewer, the watcher, the fan, the friend, the family. You know? All right, here we go. I think this is it.
One pork chop. One. Hey, Frank.
So that's not it.
We just washed the hair.
Sorry.
You know, I work on my hair a long time, and you hit it. He hits my hair.
Sorry, that was like part of my home movies. I didn't mean for that one. Ben, I'm sorry. Let me get the real one here. Oh, what do we call it again? What is it called? Who is it by? There it is. I found it. And you know, it's funny. That UFO chick had the video up on Twitter. She comes in here from time to time. This is it. Being from Yorkshire, it's reek good up here.
Because my band were all from Yorkshire. I got to tell you, my father was from Yorkshire.
From Tadcaster.
Oh, it's Yorkshire.
Well, somewhere between Tadcaster, Doncaster, and York. So he was from there, and my mother's family were from Lancashire. So when I hear somebody, I'm nearly there. You know, I want to be Bayek. I've some stuff to eat. I can't help it. It's so I'm trying desperately not to get into a Yorkshire accent. It's really hard.
You do it very well.
You sound like my dad, you see. It's really off-putting, Carl. I won't look at you.
All right.
I will, actually, because he was a good man. So these guys all came from Hull. You know, we're going to play a rock and roll band. They like the songs and all that. And I said, yeah, it's great. So, do you want to see what we're going to wear? Oh, yeah, right. No way. Bloody right, I'm not putting that on. I said, no, believe me, you look great. It'll really suit you. Yeah, right. And so I don't know how I did it, but I managed to talk them into doing it. And a couple of nights later, we'd done a couple of shows, and all these girls were all over them. And suddenly the dressing room procedure was really different. It's right. Who's got the blush? Hey, Trevor, have you finished with that mascara? It was a phenomenal thing.
Yorkshire, not Yorkshire. It's Yorkshire. I always liked, who was that, Billy Idol? David Bowie, Billy Idol. How dare I? Hey, they're both going to be in the Hall of Fame of Rock. I think Bowie already is. Isn't he dead? Didn't he die of a coronary artificial heart? What'd you say? Oh, I missed it. That's Yorkshire. Rich, have you seen the Yorkshire Airlines Little View? No. Send me the link, though. I love the accent. And I just love that total different culture over there. I think I was born at one time, one of my past lives. I was some sort of peasant over there in Yorkshire. I don't like saying Yorkshire. It doesn't sound right. Yorkshire. I'm from Yorkshire. Gilligan, my boy. All right, let's get to work. Are we doing hellos? We can do a quick one. Hey, how you doing, Ben? All right. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a show to do. That's all the time we have for intros. I'm joking. Dorothy, hello. And a $2 hello. That's a super dono. Dorothy, big sister, showing some love tonight, right out of the gate. Again, the support is just, it's beautiful. You guys are really amazing. Thank you, Dorothy, a continuing supporter of Goof On, big sister of my show, I was going to say of my life, and then I switched it. Not a lot of people will explain to you the things they say. I actually explain my mistakes to you guys, so you know the brain thought. We're no different. I'm no smarter. We're a little dumber maybe, but hey, one thing I know is UFOs. Thanks, Dorothy. I don't know UFOs. I don't know anything. I know as much as you. Hey, I also wanted to kick off the show and say, I'm not a UFO expert. As some people lied. You are! Thanks, Dorothy. I guess I am an expert. See, I told you. Dorothy, mucho gusto, generoso. Grazie, grazie. All the links are in the show description if you want to help support Goof On. We do truthology for ufology. Nobody does it any better. I promise you. There just isn't a show. There isn't a person. There aren't very many places you can go and get the truth as we see it. Come on. Yeah, truthology for ufology for you. All right. Let's get this shindig started. Hello, everybody. That's the intro for tonight. We got a lot of show to do. I don't want to, let's just go down the wormhole there. Whoa. All right. Remember this guy? Whew. So here we go. I'm going to start off tonight with, I think I'll start with Greer or Corbell. Did you see tomorrow's show that we're doing? Tomorrow at noon. Yes. We're doing this show. Let me show you right behind me. Put this up on so you can see. Tomorrow at noon. At noon. Yes, it starts at 10:30. But they go to lunch and the real action starts around 12:30 when they get back from lunch. So that's why I'm starting it at noon. They come back from lunch at 12:30. Now, there are some other streams. I can't believe other people are doing it at 10:30. But I'm coming in at noon because that's when they're going to have the real action. The guy from Arrow's going to be there. What's his name? I don't know. Kirkpatrick, that guy. They're going to have some other people who we've already heard from. It's NASA's way of saying, hey, this is what we're going to do to find out what's going on in space. Because we can't go into space if there's a threat. So they're bringing back the threat just in case something goes wrong. Nobody wants to take responsibility. Always blame the aliens. Always. It's a sure way to keep yourself from getting in trouble. But that's tomorrow at noon. All right? So we're doing a special show tomorrow. There will be one at night. That's right. There'll be 2 shows tomorrow. So, but tonight, UFO reports are on the rise. And I don't know if I believe that. But the threat, they're bringing it back slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley. Airplane 1. Or is it 2? Was it 1 or 2? I think it was 2 they did Shirley. Shirley, you must be kidding. I'm not kidding. And don't call me Shirley. Yeah, UFO reports are on the rise. And let me tell you why. They've been on the rise since we got out of this CV demic. You know what I'm saying. I tell you what I did do, Metalhead. I smoked 2 bowls. Yeah. Okay. I smoked 2 bowls. I'm not joking. Yeah, about 20 minutes apart, so I have a good buzz going. Can't tell. So, what was I saying? Joking. All right. I said I wanted to start with Greer, but I think I want to start tonight officially with Jeremy Corbell, because quickly, this is just so funny to me. And this is what we do here at Goof On. We are continuing story of what's going on in the community and the people who are in the know. Or not in the know, or think they're in the know, or play like they're in the know, but lie about being in the know. Corbell, Knapp, you know the crap. Well, Charlie Weiser, as I always see the tweets from Charlie talking the language we like to speak here. Let me pull this up and show you what's going on. Then we've got a video or two to play. And this Corbell just can't let it go. He is going down with the ship no matter the cost. This says here, while I predict Corbell and Knapp are going to leave the Mojave Triangle as eternally unsolved because witness testimony can't be reconciled with flares. They did say they'd report it as flares, if it's flares, which will leave egg on the face or a lot of faces of their diehard followers. So then you see, I saw the flares picture. Does not look like the 29 Palms UAP, not even close. It's not flares. I don't understand how people dismiss the testimony of people who know what flares are, what the difference is, and who deals with flares. People like Mick West. The attackers are so scared to face reality. This is in your face reality. If you can't see it, I feel sorry for you. You guys obviously kicked the hornet's nest. You caught the folks with something to hide flat-footed. Not flares. 1,000% not flares. I was disappointed to see John Greenwald take the stance he did and push the military flares theory. It reeked of professional jealousy to me and seemed like he was just stirring up his YouTube cultists. First of all, I take that offensively because we are not cultists. We are smart, we are logical, and we are critical thinkers to the 10th degree. Something you can't see. You don't have the skills. You are a gullible ninny. Yes, a ninny. I'm going back to 1940. 50. Unbelievable. Look, I want to believe that's a UFO there, but the evidence suggests otherwise. How else? Just because people think they saw something doesn't mean it was really there. And these are the people who don't do real research. They've never been out in the field. They haven't spent thousands of hours looking at stuff in the night sky, making the same mistakes that all the other kids do nowadays. This is all rehashed mistakes. It's what I said in earlier podcasts. Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp are putting up sightings that we've already made mistakes with time and time again in the past. And here they are trying it to see if the public learned anything from 10 years ago, from 1997, the Phoenix Lights. This is utterly, no words. You guys, you understand. I know you do. Let's see what else they're complaining with here. As a Marine, this is a witness. I want you guys to keep going. You're doing a great job. They are not flares. I spent 10 years in the service, 4 in the Corps and 6 in the Army, and have seen many flares. Those Marines did not record flares at 29 Palms. Black Vault, you don't have a clue. I know. I now? Okay, somebody doesn't know English. So already with the misspelling, I'm already disappointed that I can't even trust the next word that comes out of this guy's mouth. Oh, he could have left the K out, I know. But you're supposed to do spell check when you do public shit. I now, Jeebus, Jesus, flares and Ilum rounds can't be mistaken for a hovering or flying craft. Any noob soldier could identify the difference. These remained in the air several times too long to be flares. Wow, the English They sound like they were outside a range danger area too. You can't just fire ammunition anywhere on a... This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. You're making assumptions and you weren't even there. John Green Street, or is that John Green West, or JRS Flare Take On was straight out of Debunkerville? No way those were flares. Yeah, we're familiar with the tools like Mick West who are slobbering at the opportunity to debunk any incident. The truth doesn't matter to people like him. Being right is all that matters. That dude, the truth is being right. And if Mick West wants to be right because the truth tells you what's right, oh, such a crime to want to be right and get the truth out. Do you see the thought process? They don't critical think. They don't even know proper English. I'm not saying I'm a wordsmith here, but Jesus, you should know no, 2 and 2 and 2. How many no's are there? Yeah, that's right. N-O, K-N-O-W, and J-U-N-O. Juno. 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 I know how to spell no. N-O-H. Huh. Huh. This is crazy. This is crazy talk, and I love it. It makes me happy. I just feel so much smarter. I do. See, Jeremy Corbell didn't post a video like the one we're going to talk about here in a little bit. He didn't post it. I don't know if that's real, fake, whatever. We don't know yet. We'll look at it. I think it's a real object in the sky, but we'll take a look. I haven't looked at it on the big screen, but we'll get there. But if he posted something like that, and then we found out it was CGI, I could see the mistake. I'd be like, all right, I've been fooled. You've been fooled. We've all been fooled. I could see that. But this is so clearly flares. With the overlay we saw, the Mick West debunk, the John Greenwald double debunk, verifying what Mick West said with his own way of doing stuff. 2 different independent sources not talking to each other, debunked it a different way, similarly. And I knew instantly, just like you, as soon as you saw that picture of the flares, video picture, whatever, you knew it was flares. Everybody knew it. Except Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp, and a few people on the ground who, hey, if I'm wrong, God, prove it then. But when the evidence shows every other way that it's flares, how can you say otherwise? It's amazing how they dismiss evidence. That's why I say if a UFO came out of the sky and landed right in front of them, they wouldn't even see it. They'd be blind to it because they're blind to reality. Hey, who's this guy? David Gosling? Is that? It is £3, £3. It's a super sticker. Oh, thanks, lad. Come a long way for that super sticker, did you? Looks like it's £3. My God, what a dump. That is fantastic. Who is that guy? I don't even know that guy. Yeah, that's what smoking 2 bowls does. I smoke 1 bowl, I don't do that. Smoke 2 bowls, I do that. David, thank you very much for the super sticker. My God, man. Thank you for supporting Goof On. It's pure love again. And the super sticker. Thank you very much, Mr. Gosling. Mr. G, just like me. Mucho gusto, generoso, Mr. Gosling. Thanks, man. Continuing supporter of Goof On, too. Thank you. Again, all the links are in the show description if you want to help out. Trying to get to DC. Yeah, I know. I said I'm going, but shit freaking comes up when you least expect it, like a hole in the roof. And it's going to be, I know, the guy's coming over at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Freaking, I don't know where it came from. All I know is it looks like something ate through the freaking ceiling. It looks like something ate. I'll have to show I wonder if the pictures came up yet. It looks like teeth marks, man. It looks like somebody took a bite. It sucks. It sucks. I can't believe I've been in this place now. When did I move out here? 2 years? 2 years now. Man, that flew by. All right, let's get back to work. All right, so we know, I went out of whack tonight. I went out of order of the way I was supposed to do the show. I feel bad. But Jeremy Corbell's going down with the ship. That's all I can say about that. Now I'm going to, yeah. Well, now I'm still on Corbell. Nice gaslighting by Corbell and Knapp, says Saint Spectre on Twitter, claiming they didn't mention a training op that night because everyone knows there's always training over there. What a disingenuous way to address that, by blaming us for pointing that out because it was so obvious. Unreal, is what the guy said. I don't know. He's got a video here. I thought I'd play it. You know me. I like sound bits. This way you can take a hit off your bowl, smoke your vape. Well, it's not smoke. Go.
About the data. And I want this information out and see what people can figure out and find out.
Yeah, folks out there, let us know what you find out.
Oh, it's amazing. Hey, why doesn't Scambian go after these people? Well, we're just putting it up to let the public, and they posted flares anyway. Why doesn't he go after that guy? Go after Fat Fuck Tony for deliberately faking something and admitting it. What a jack-off. George Knapp says it's okay. We just post it because we're thanking the public for letting us know. That's why we post this stuff. Third Phase been doing that for 13 years, you yin yang. Now you want to start that shit over with bullshit flares? Bokeh? It's just amazing. It's just an amazing. I just don't. I can't believe people buy into it. I just can't.
Let us know what you find out, and if you file a FOIA and get a response, let us know. If you were on the base.
Why don't they do it? They should have done that research. They had it for 2 years. Jerks. They're not investigative journalists. I found out in 36 seconds.
At that time.
It works no matter where. Everybody, you can say that with everybody in ufology. Listen to what George Knapp says. Yeah, we do it. We want the public to tell us. We don't want to do the work. You tell us. That's why we posted it. That's not why, but I'm saying that's what the hoaxer debunker says, and others just like him, Alien Addict and such. Go.
Yeah, folks out there, let us know what you find out, and if you file a FOIA and get a response, let us know. If you were on the base at that time 2 years ago today and have additional information.
Wait, I thought you talked to everybody there. It's unbelievable. I thought they spent 2 years talking to people.
We're all ears.
Those are not aluminum rounds because aluminum rounds fall.
No, you can see like an outline or something.
Of course, I thought it was flares at first. A bunch of Marines.
Why would you think that, Jeremy?
Within 36 hours.
All the witnesses say they saw a huge triangular-shaped craft.
The Marines, they insist they saw a craft. The internet has dismissed the Marines and saying this must be flares. So the truth is in there somewhere.
Because it is.
Is this case a UFO? Or is it flares and light?
This is an open case.
These are specialists, and that's why I'm taking this seriously, is I'm not going to dismiss what the reports that come from the actual people on the ground.
Are you getting interest? Are you getting people who are contacting you about that?
Oh, yeah, I'm being blown up right now from more and more people that saw this and say they saw the body of a craft.
You come to me. I've been in this field almost 20 years. I should be spoken to. I should be on mainstream talking about why that's not a craft. Nobody's talking about how your eyes play tricks. Nobody's talking about pareidolia with nightlight objects, nightlight objects in the night that are lit up, give you a false sense of connectivity. You know what I mean? It's true, though, and they're making mistakes. I don't care. Look, nobody's even talking about the crowd mentality. I forget what they call it. But, you know, you have one or two people, things are fine, but you get 5 or 6 people and they go, hey, and they start looking up, the more the merrier, and then everybody starts coming in. Do you see something? Yeah, you know, I think I do see something. But in reality, they see shit. They don't. They're lying. They're just saying it because they want to believe that the person next to them sees something, so they don't want to hurt their feelings and say, I don't see anything. Nobody had the balls to say there's nothing there. Because it's flares. And I'm embarrassed for Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, although I'm happy they're doing it, because this is a great learning tool on what not to do. Couldn't get any better. It's the perfect example of what not to do. And I thank Jeremy and George for that. I really do. They are the epitome of what not to do in this field. And I will use them as that example from now on, with no respect. Bernie Muro. With all due reject. What is it? With all due respect. Nah, that doesn't sound right either. Bernie Muro throwing down mucho gusto super dono of tu bono. Thank you very much, Bernie. Last night, tonight, I'm a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. A continuing supporter of GoofOn, obviously. Right? And then I saw Greg, man, threw down $20 on PayPal while I was talking. And he puts in, for the love of the game, play on. And I understand. Thank you. Game on. Play on. Thanks, Greg. You are a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Appreciate that, brother. That was a nice surprise, I must admit. And if I make it to DC, which I probably will, I already said, wanted to come see you, right? But I don't have a car. We'll have to talk. We'll talk. And who's this guy? Mr. B's Truth Seekers, a new friend of the show, who's got a great channel, by the way, a good show, his own podcast there. Check it out. $20. Madonna mia, what are you made of, eh? Money grow on trees over there for you? I'm joking. Thank you very much. Now you are a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Mucho gusto generoso, sir. Welcome to the family. Again. And should I need a favor in the future, I'll let you know. No, I'm just playing. All right. I couldn't keep a straight face. All right, let's get out of this Corbell mess. I think I'm done with Corbell. Isn't it amazing that they are the epitome of what not to do in this field? Yeah, it's really amazing. Everything that they're saying, it's like, why can't they just admit it? That's all. I know I keep talking about it because it's important that we all understand what flares really look like. And they look different from different perspectives, different distances. You know, when the flares happened in Phoenix, Arizona at 10 o'clock, those were 30 miles away from the city. Couldn't tell by that video, right? It looked like it was hovering over the city, but it wasn't. It was beyond the mountains there. And that's why the lights disappeared the way they did, because they fell down and the mountain peaks blocked them out as they fell down. And those were 5-minute flares. Yeah. It was an amazing day. I remember that whole thing pretty much, and I've been to many Phoenix Lights events, and there's so much there. It has gotten so convoluted. People say there were over 60 UFOs. Yeah. There was supposed to be a documentary it was supposed to come out, they said. This is a long time ago. And it was going to be of these videos of all these different craft coming and going from a portal. Never happened, of course. It's an amazing time we live in. The 90s were one of the best decades for UFOs and movies. Independence Day came out, right? There was a bunch of movies that came out that were really good. That had to do with aliens and stuff. Yeah, that was a good... Men in Black came out. That was fun. Didn't it come out in the 90s? I thought it came out in 97 as well. That was a good year. It's very strange how certain movies come out during UFO events. Like Close Encounters, when that came out, there was a big flap of UFOs going on around the country in the 70s. Travis Walton was abducted 2 years earlier, right? There's a lot of stuff happening in the 70s too. 70s, 90s, and now. Something big's about to happen. What was the last legitimate UFO event that happened? Was it O'Hare? No. Oh, I'm talking about reality. Like, I'm not talking about the 3 videos. I guess we would have to go to that, but those have been debunked as mundane objects. So it's moot, right? That cannot be considered to be legitimate now. And it cannot be considered, it is a hallmark of the future of ufology. When those videos came out, it changed everything because everybody believed the government. They believed it, and then they admitted it, and then they came back and said, no, we were wrong. It's a psyop, guys. Right? Oh my God, I can't believe Maureen. That is unbelievable. I was thinking about you today. That is unreal that you're here. Good to see you too. I know I didn't get back to a lot of people recently, but thank you very much, Maureen Young. Mucho gusto. It's 220. I like the 2s. 2's a good number. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto, Generoso, a continuing supporter of GoofOn, good friend of the show. Totsu-sama. Tatsu-sama. Yo, Rich, greetings from Switzerland. Thank you, man. Hope I said your name correctly. Tatsu-sama. I don't know what it means. I don't know if I'm being punked, but I like the name anyway. I could be swearing for all I know. In what is it? What do they speak in Switzerland? What do they speak? French? Switzerese? What do you guys speak over there? French, right? France? I don't know. German. Isn't it German? It's Germany. I don't know. Thank you very much, though, and nice to meet you. And I appreciate the support right out of the gate. First time. That's your first one to goof on. Thank you, Tatsu-sama, for the $2 brand new Switzerland meeting at Good Super Chat. Mucho gusto, generoso. Wow. Welcome. He doesn't even talk about anything. So, Stephen Greenstreet got into the mix pretty good. I got to show you what he said. This is he doesn't give a shit about friends. That WSJ piece does not say what you're saying it is. You're gaslighting here. It's your MO and quite desperate, talking about Jeremy, right? Isn't he? What is this? Can you show evidence? You're also hinging your entire argument on your obvious misinterpretation of one single article, whereas below I've outlined over a dozen sources. Can you show evidence that 3 objects you are what is this? you are referencing were tracked in real time and analyzed and assessed to be Chinese all in the summer of 20. Oh, okay. This has nothing to do with today's stuff. Because what that WSJ article, now sacrosanct to you for God knows why, actually says is the data collected about the Trump era incidents was limited to a basic assessment and therefore wasn't shared more broadly within the government at the time. And it wasn't clear what they were, now suspected to be balloons. So they didn't know what they were or that they were balloons. After providing evidence that the three objects you are referencing were tracked in real time and analyzed and assessed to be Chinese, all in the summer of 2020, which you won't and can't, please provide evidence that the commander of NORAD is lying. I will tell you that we did not detect those threats. General Glenn D. Van Herk, the literal commander of NORAD. And please provide evidence that the following from multiple news sources is also inaccurate. You can't and won't. Some earlier incidents had been classified as unexplained phenomena and handed over to the Pentagon task force charged with investigating UFOs, says the New York Times. As the Pentagon and intelligence agencies stepped up efforts over the past 2 years to find explanations for many of those incidents, officials reclassified some events as Chinese spy balloons, says the New York Times. U.S. officials believe that in addition to the balloon surveillance, China has used quadcopter drones to spy on the U.S. military, New York Times. Washington Post, Chinese spycraft were not crucially identified 2017-2021 because Pentagon had labeled prior incidents as UFOs. Oh, really? Chinese spy balloons spotted during the Trump administration were initially classified as UFOs, says Bloomberg. The U.S. military failed to detect at least 3 Chinese spy balloon flights over the United States in recent years, NBC News. Chinese surveillance balloons were flown over the U.S. on at least 3 occasions during the Trump administration, a senior Biden administration office said Sunday night. But this information was not discovered until after Trump left office, CBS News. Washington Examiner reports that Stratton's Pentagon UFO task force was diverting government resources to researching truly unconventional UFOs at the expense of addressing Chinese balloons, and that Jay Stratton was reluctant to confront the balloon problem. Wow. As per USN, the formal establishment of the UAP task force was in August 2020. Prior to this, Stratton led the Navy UAP team since at least 2018. Beginning in 2018, the Department of the Navy led the informal effort that provided assessments of UAP incursion into DoD training ranges and designated airspace. Mr. Stratton was assigned to the Navy's effort from the beginning. Joe Gradisher, Navy spokesman. See attachment below from the Daily Mail, which reflects Gradisher's official statement. Finally, March 2023 article feature exclusive input from DoD sources who worked with Stratton's UAPTF, and they provide some great insight. Let's see. Stratton continued to play a central role in successor Pentagon UFO programs, but distanced his government work from the ranch following the failure of OSAP to renew its contract, instead focusing on nuts and bolts sightings of strange craft by military personnel and radar as head of the UAPTF from 2018 to his retirement in 2021. But Taylor, Travis, continued his role as a bootstrapping, hands-on scientist on Skinwalker's show, even while secretly working for Stratton in the official task force from 2019 through 2021. That's Really. That's it in a nutshell. Man, that Stephen Greenstreet really does his work. Really. Really. I admire that guy. He does very good work. Better than just about anybody, I think. And when it comes to UFOs and stuff, I think he does spot on journalism. I think the guy's pretty accurate on everything he's talking about. I haven't seen anything that's misleading or led us to believe that he was lying or making up stuff like Brandon Fugel. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just remembered I was supposed to talk to somebody Sunday and I forgot. Today's what? Tuesday. Shit. Oh no. I'll say it now, doctor. I'm so sorry if you're listening. I forgot. Sunday was a mad day for me, though. Oh my God. I can't believe I forgot. God, I hate when I do that. Now, I can't tell you why that was such an important conversation I was supposed to have with him. But anyway, Brandon Fugel, all these people, they're all in on the cover-up of nothing. It's nothing. There's nothing going on at Skinwalker, and Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp are trying to give us nothing. I believe that there's something wrong with this whole thing, this Corbell, the Knapp. There's just something wrong with it. It doesn't make sense. And if they don't make sense and everything they're putting out is all tomfoolery, then what are they doing? Why are they getting on TV, mainstream news? Well, they had John Greenwald on calling him out. But it's not good enough. Because Jeremy Corbell's going out every day. And that's why I do this every day. They're doing it every day. We've got to do it every day. Do you understand? I'm so sorry that, you feel like you're in a revolving door of information, but it really is. That's all ufology is anyway. It's just a revolving door. New people, same stories, different town, different weather, same results. It never changes. This whole entire field will never change. When Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp are done in ufology in 20, 30 years, who knows? They're making a career out of it. So know this, they're not going anywhere. Well, George Knapp's going to be going somewhere within a decade probably, but hey, I hope he stays alive for 20 more years. But once they leave and I leave, and who is going to pick up the slack and keep an eye on everybody? Who's doing it? There's more believers than there are non-believers. And let me tell you, the people who believe, they have more balls than the people who don't, it seems to me. Why is it we're always outnumbered? I don't get it. If you don't believe in somebody and call them out for it, there's nothing wrong. If they're lying and they don't, let's say like Anjali, a perfect example, no evidence. No, say something. I'm not saying harass her. Let her know that don't buy your story. There's no evidence. She'll come back and say, there's tons of evidence. What are you talking about? Nothing that you can verify. It's all your story. And then she'll come back and say, oh no, I've had witnesses. She's got an answer for everything. They always do. That's why when you're in this field and you're new, it takes time to understand how to treat these people, these liars, these people who are in it just for the money or for fame. Some people don't care about money. They just like being special. Yeah. Why else would a psychic like Sylvia Brown charge $300 for a 20-minute phone call? It was never about money. a phone call. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, $300. No joke. No wonder why Oprah didn't want to have me on. All right, you want to see something amazing? I forget who sent this to me, and I'm sorry. I think it was Ben. I'm not sure. But here is a UFO sighting in Molinahone, CO, Colorado. I'm not sure. Tipperary, Ireland. Oh, it's Ireland. Tipperary, Ireland, 1969. But you have got to see the witnesses that came forward to talk about this. This is amazing. Yeah, I'm going to play this. It's fun to watch. This is history. And this comes from CR's Video Vault. They've got 130,000 subs. This video is 2 years old, 35,000 views. And look at that hair, beehive hairdo. Man, who does she look like to you? That's right, an older Anjali. Let's play.
Now, what did you see? What drew your attention?
Volume's a little low.
Well, it was my wife, Kathleen, who first drew my attention to it. She pointed out something which looked like an airplane.
Speak up! This guy's a low talker. My God. All right, let's go to this one.
It looked like a cloud.
There we go.
With two lights shining out of it, but they weren't flashing on and off as you would see in an airplane.
Look at her.
It traveled about 2 miles of the road. It had dropped to a level of about 100 feet from the ground.
And how far away from it were you from it at this time?
It's very difficult to say, but it looked like 150 to 200 yards. It was more or less hovering at this stage.
Could you see a shape at this stage?
No, just a massive light.
And it was coming down from the sky?
It had come down, and at this stage it was hovering.
He's not sure.
Colors? Was it red or white or what?
It consisted of 3 colors, an orange and crimson light, which seemed to be coming more from the top of the object, the whole thing was surrounded then by a mass of bluish fog or vapor, which more or less obscured the whole object.
Well, what was its shape?
It was spherical, half a sphere, I suppose you could describe it.
And did it actually come down and touch the ground?
Well, I had been looking at it. When we got to the point where we saw it hovering, I stopped the car, switched off the lights and engine, see if I could hear any noise. There was no noise from it. It was moving in a kind of a backward, forward direction and dropping very slowly. I was looking over a 5-foot fence, and Kathleen at this stage got quite frightened.
Well, what frightened you about it, Mrs. Shelley?
I liked it.
I just couldn't understand what it was.
Well, what did you think it was?
Well, I did think it was some, I won't say flying saucer, some identified object, something I'd never seen before, something unnatural. To my mind.
Yes. Did you get out of the car at this
No,
stage?
I didn't. I stayed inside and I called John.
But you had a clear view of it?
Yes, I could. The window was down and I could see it, probably not as well as John saw it at the stage when it was hovering. But I was watching it the whole time while it was descending from the sky.
And indeed, it's just what John said it was. You saw just what he saw.
Exactly. We discussed it afterwards just to make sure, and we did see exactly the same thing.
And when your wife called you to get...
What a great sighting. What a great report. The volume's very low. I'm sorry. I tried to keep everything quiet in my background so you didn't have a problem hearing, but they seemed truthful. He seemed more unsure about what he wanted to say. It looked like he was processing the words because he paused with each question. And he did not want to sound stupid, but he was brave enough. And I say brave because, look, back then, talking about this stuff, it may have been a little easier because there wasn't social media and things like that. Not that the whole world was going to know about them, but there is they do have to worry about friends, family, their jobs, because that stuff was still, part of the stigma that comes with seeing something like that. But I think they were more open about things back then. It really changed. I think it changed for the worse in the 70s after Travis Walton. Something happened. Everything went nuts. Like, it was in the movies. It was everywhere. It was in living color. It was mainstream US, and everything blew up. It's very strange. If you go 30 years past Roswell, 47 to 77, 30 years. What did they come up with by then? That's when the sightings really started to, in the 50s, they had them out of this world. There was so much. But there was only half amount of people on the planet. And people were seeing a lot of stuff back then. And maybe that's why. Not a lot of people back then. The aliens knew it. I don't know. Let's see what this witness sounds like.
Hours later with her boyfriend when she saw the lights too.
I saw this strange object. I can't... over there, and...
Up against the hill?
Yes, up against the hill, and I just said to Teddy, there's something over there, and he said, don't mind it.
What color was it, Ellen?
Oh, every color, orange, crimson. I think...
She told the guy there's something over there, and he goes, don't worry about it. Is that what she said?
Object. I can't... over there, and...
She almost said, I can't talk about it. Did you see that? She's so embarrassed.
I saw this strange object.
Watch. I can't talk. And then she stops herself. A little bit of readjusting her mind. She's thinking, do I really want to do this? And she says, well, in her mind, the camera's already here. I have no choice. And then he assists her, which was nice. He's very good at what he does. Watch.
Over there, and...
up against the hill?
Yes, up against the hill.
It's okay to talk about it. By him just saying that made it okay for her to open up. Very smart.
I just said to Teddy, there's something over there, and he said, don't mind it.
Ted, there's something over there. Yeah, don't mind it. Get back to work. But Ted, it looks like I said don't mind it. Get back to work, or you know it's good for you. But Ted, there's aliens. I said don't worry.
What color was it, Ellen?
So sorts of colors.
Orange, crimson. I think there were a slight,
There were lights coming out of it?
No, not exactly.
What shape was it, would you say?
Shape.
Was
more...
It was so amazing that she can't even form words to describe it. God, what did they see? It makes me just so jealous they got that close to something. Let's finish this off.
Round and
That's what she said. Shut it.
I'd say it was just something...
An aeroplane, maybe?
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
What about some sort of mist? Could it have been
No,
mist?
I wouldn't say that either, because it was something I never saw before, and...
Well, did it frighten you?
Yes, it did.
What did you do? Did you go straight home?
I jumped into Teddy's arms.
And off you went then, did you?
No, well, we saw it, we were walking and we saw it,
But was it the moon? Suppose it was the moon.
No, it wasn't the moon, no, definitely.
Or some stars?
No. It's just something I just couldn't really describe it. It wasn't stars or the moon for that matter.
Can't describe it. Love it. I'll put the video to that. I'll put the link to that video in the show description so you guys can watch that at your own leisure. Back to UFO sightings. Yeah. UFO sightings are on the rise this year. Apparently, MUFON, NUFORC, and other agencies that take reports in from UFOs all around the world have noticed a 7 to 10% increase. And I think the increase comes to more cameras, better cameras, people being more aware than ever. You know, the last 5 years, 6 years, really gave a lot back to the people on UFOs. When it was happening, when Lou was on TV every other day, mainstream media was talking about UFOs just about every day. Those were the good times. I've never, ever seen anything like it, especially not last year, but 2020, 21, 19, 20, and 21. When I started Goof On, basically, things really propelled like you wouldn't believe when Lou came. TTSA kicked it off. The 3 videos, which we now know are bullshit. Lou was on mainstream media talking about the threat flying around with impunity. And nobody had any evidence. Nobody had anything proving what they were saying. Everybody was saying this, that, and the other thing. The Nimitz, the Russell, the Eisenhower, the all those places, all those ships. But no evidence. I mean, we've seen stuff like this. Remember this? What is this? It's a real UFO. Is this the one? Is this the Agua Fria one? The one that goes in the water? I think it is. Could that be a Boyd? Oh, Mosul. Mosul orb. Wrong-o, Johnny. Where is it? I don't know. Let's just put a yellow circle there in the middle. We'll put one right up here. Nobody would know that's fake. Can't even tell. That looks real, doesn't it, John? Mosul. Mosul. Birds. Mosul. UFOs are so much fun. What are we watching? What the hell are we watching? These are all the fake UFOs. Not real. I'm not buying it. I don't know what's going on over there. Looks like a couple of hands put together. All right. Yeah, I can't handle that anymore. That was terrible. Whatever that was, it was awful. Yeah, not buying it. No. All right, let's watch this. What time is it? Oh! It is time. Do you hear that? All right, it's got to be me. It's got to be me. What about her? Who? Whoa. Oh, there hasn't been a video from Into Thin Air in 5 days. We already played that video, though. Oh, I was seeing if there was any videos from Into Thin Air. Nothing. It's a shame. Yeah, nothing. All right, let's get back to work. A lot of work to do. Play this video for you. This is where I was going. Let's get rid of that. Here we go. So, what do you think? Is this a possibility? That's the question.
Okay, this is gonna sound crazy, but I don't eat people. The government's gonna create a fake alien invasion. I know that sounds crazy, but what's gonna do? It's gonna create a united front with the world. And we have technology already from decades ago that they're going to implement in our society That's what the Space Force was created for, to use this new technology and pretend like it's brand new, but we've had it for decades. Decades. But we can't tell the people that because the technology we have is gravitational manipulation, which will create free energy, which will make gasoline, oil, electricity all obsolete. But our human race isn't ready to adapt that yet. And it will drive the human race insane trying to adapt it. So what is one way to make them force this adaptation? An alien invasion.
In the name of the Father and the Son and the alien ghost. Alien girl! Star child, Nikki Star, what are you doing? Do you have on a UFO machine in the middle of the day? I have a UFO sighting here. Let me show you this. This comes from Think Tank. And Think Tank, it doesn't matter what Think Tank stands for. I like seeing videos from the public. So let's see what this one's about. Is it real or is it a cloud? Or is it a real cloud? Ooh, that's about 500, 300, 200, 400 feet up. It's a balloon. Whoa, it's going backwards. How does he do it? Well, first of all, look at the clouds in the background. Pretty intense up there, wouldn't you agree? Lots of wind. It's wind blowing around the balloon. I have seen this countless times. Countlet? Yeah, countless, like chicken cutlet. I've seen it countless times. Look how cool it looks, though. It looks like it's a real UFO, but it's not. It's a balloon. The funny thing is, look. The funny thing is, there's no breeze on the ground. So maybe I'm wrong, and that is a UFO. I could be 1,000,000% wrong. See? Watch it, though. I admit, it's moving around like it's thinking. But it's real erratic. You know what I mean? It's just like the wind. But it is an odd one. I've never seen such drastic changes from the wind like this. I've seen balloons get pushed and pulled a little bit, but not like this. This is cool. It's probably a balloon, but it's cool. What if it isn't? Look at it. And then a bird. It's a good one, man. I admit. It has a lot of balloon qualities, but I can't prove shit. See, now, this is a prime example of the difference between me and what Scambian does. Scambian will tell you that's a balloon 100%. But how did he prove that to you? How? His word? Because he said so? Well, that's what he's doing. That's what he does all the time. That's not debunking. That's theorizing. That's a hypothesis, a best guess scenario. You could even go Occam's razor if you want to do that. The most likely answer is usually the simplest, right? It's a balloon, but I can't prove it. I can't say without a shadow of a doubt that is a balloon. Because I've seen it do things that I've never seen a balloon do. I've never seen a balloon act that way in reverse and changing directions from the wind like that in such a drastic fashion. I'm not saying it can happen, but the wind low on the ground, the leaves weren't even blowing. So how can anyone say without any proof at all that that is a balloon? You can't. I used to make that mistake all the time. I don't know. I could be calling this a balloon and it could be a real UFO. I believe it's a balloon. But I really can't prove it. And that's the beauty of this. This is one of those sightings. This is like something Third Phase of Moon would post. And people would be like, oh, it's CGI. Oh, it's fake. Oh, it's a balloon. But yet nobody proved anything. That's why I got out of that definite. Third Phase of Moon actually was a voice in my head. Like, you really didn't prove it, Rich. And I'm like, yeah, but it acts just like a balloon. I've seen it. But you didn't prove it. And it took a minute to sink in. A minute. Took days. And I just like, I understand. But it just means that now there's going to be more people thinking, no, those are UFOs. But that's what a UFO is. It's unidentified. I can't identify that. It acts differently than other balloons. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying it's a good one. That's all. It's a good one. And you can't be definite. In this business, you can't say, unless you saw the guy blowing up the balloon or putting helium in it, tying it up, releasing it, and then recording it, doing all that stuff. That is the evidence you need to debunk something like that. Sorry. Speaking of, oh, you know what? You know what's been in the news lately? And I'm really interested. Crop circles have been hitting it a lot. Getting in the news. Huh? Hey! Come on, everybody. It's been a month or two. What are they?
Why are they?
What do they mean?
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
Why are they? What do they mean? What do they mean? What do they mean? What are they, everybody?
Are they harbingers of world change?
Yeah.
Secrets in the fields.
Secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world change? The secrets in the fields.
Are they harbingers of world change? Secrets in the fields.
Secrets in the fields. Come on, everybody! The crop circle song. Sing it along.
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
Why are they here? What do they mean?
What are they? Why are they? What do they mean?
What do they mean? I know. I saw you guys asking for it. You're welcome. I know. Some people don't understand. They jump ship when that song comes on. What are you doing?
Bust my balls, huh? Yeah. This here is a detective. And what, narcotics now? That's right. Yeah. Now I want you all to be very nice and tell this big fucker Mameluke over here anything he wants to know.
Oh, Vinny, come over here, Vinny. Listen, you shouldn't talk to me that way. You know why? Because, like, you and I, we don't know each other so good. You still suck.
Oh, can't play that.
Thumb when your brother was around town sucking dicks.
Oh, I thought I cut that part out. You son of a beep, you mother boop. It's always something, right? He's always out looking for trouble.
Anybody seen Richie?
Jesus.
Huh? I'm gonna keep coming back until somebody remembers seeing Richie.
Look, I didn't know he was still. Don't look, don't. Shit. He's gone. Oh. I was talking. I didn't know he was there. I didn't know he made it in. He's still looking for me. Prick. Prick. All right. I'm going to play something for you now. This is very important. This is important. How to contact whistleblowers. All right. How are the whistleblowers going to affect the government when they come out during Greer's disclosure part 2 in Washington, June 10th, 11th, and on the big day, the 12th? What effect will that have? The whistleblowers coming out? I don't know, man. I don't see it having any effect on anything. You can have 1 million whistleblowers come out. Again, it's just like Jeremy Corbell's story with the flares. You could have 43 military witnesses saying they saw a craft when they didn't, and Greer could have 600 witnesses saying they saw stuff and were part of the cover-up, but yet no evidence. Well, this is different this time around. Yeah, this is going to be... oh, God, I'm so glad. If I make it there, which I will probably, but God, please. It is going to change us. Look, they're saying that the UFOs were used to smuggle drugs. That's the big thing. That's the big thing that's going to happen on June 10th, 11th, and 12th. That narrative. But take a listen to this. This is an interview done with Third Phase of Moon and Greer, and for the betterment of ufology.
With all the information that's coming forth, especially in regards to this like clandestine black projects, and when you're talking about these ships that are still buried there because it's so large they couldn't even relocate it. Is this going to rile the government up, some of these congressmen and these senators? Because these last hearings that they've been putting forth really don't amount to much. But what you're bringing forth is eyewitness testimony, verifiable, people that work within the government. How is this going to change the minds? Are we going to be able to get access to some of these locations, this ship that's buried? What's your thoughts on this? Is riling things up. This is big stuff.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Oh no, it's everything is an upheaval. I will tell you that right now. And the people on the wrong side of the law on this are running scared, and they should be. So here's what I'm going to say. And I want to be very clear on this. That now is the time. Over the next would be best, but over the next 6 to 12 months. To get on the right side of the law on this, because the deception with the leaders in Washington is over. And after June 12th, the deception with the public will be over. But of course, as a private, non-governmental entity, we don't have law enforcement capability. We don't have a strike team. We don't have subpoena power. But the FBI, Department of Justice, the Pentagon, Universal Code of Military Justice provisions, their laws, as well as the Congress committees and oversight, and the presidential powers, all have that ability. The best we can do is to advise them, give them the evidence, but also give them the roadmap. Where are these assets? Which corporations have them? Who are the individuals who are willing to come forward under oath and be subpoenaed?
See, so you mean to tell me our government, who says they don't investigate UFOs, you mean to tell me they're not aware of what Greer is saying? They're not aware of these claims? They're not aware of these secret things going on? Really? Because I think we do have a secret organization we'll never know about checking into this stuff. And whether it's a division of the FBI, the CIA, or any other little 3-letter government faction, something is being investigated And if Greer knows about it and knows those people, then wouldn't you assume, and I know it's never good to assume, but wouldn't you think that the government was watching Greer, maybe even spying on him, listening in on conversations, knowing who he spoke with and going to speak with, and maybe those people are being listened to and watched as well? See, this is why the whole whistleblower thing, the laws passing, doesn't mean squat. It may sound good and it looks good on paper, but those people still have to live their lives in fear. Even though they're saying, hey, look, don't worry about it. It's not right. Constitutionally, it's not right. Bullshit. You signed an NDA. That's a contract. It's a binding contract you signed with your government not to talk about certain things in a certain time frame. And if that time frame is forever, you aren't supposed to talk about it forever. Right? I wouldn't do it. I'm a chicken shit. Yeah. I wouldn't put my family's life in danger because that's the government. They'll do it. I believe it. I believe they do it. Someday I'm going to not be here, and it's not going to be for stomach issues. It's going to be for something I said. I hurt Lou's feelings because I said he squashed his wife after sex. That's why he won't come on the show. Can you believe that? That was the reason.
And testify about this. Now, the only other way as an organization we could do it, and it would probably cost between $5 and $10 million, is to institute a civilian RICO action, racketeering, influence, corrupt organization. And you can, as a private individual or organization such as ours, you can institute one of those, which is basically RICO is for like the mafia or organized crime, because we have enough evidence and witnesses now to prove that this organization is in fact a criminal, illegal enterprise. And so it would squarely fall under RICO. But again, unless somebody has a huge law firm willing to do this pro bono for free, or someone who can fund that, which we don't have funding of that amount at this point, then the next best thing, and the preferred route anyway, would be the executive branch, the White House, and the Congress authorizing a full investigation and hearings, and if necessary, subpoenas and prosecution after a period of amnesty. Now, as you know, a lot of people don't
whistleblowers
forward on this.
Let's get into the whistleblower's head here, because with what you're saying, time is paramount here. Is that some of the reasons why these whistleblowers are coming forth now? What is their major concern, and what is their demeanor when you're speaking with them? And just are these regular U.S. citizens? Obviously, they're connected with the military, but what is their demeanor, and why are they coming forward now?
They're coming forward now because they've seen that enough of this is beginning to leak out, and when we put out to the public, and singer Chris,
what leaked out?
Brown then dropped that link, as did a lot of other supportive influencers, and it got seen by millions of people. And the point I was making, if those of you who want to see it should go back and see this Sean Ryan show I was on in, I believe, February or March. That was an appeal to military, intelligence, corporate whistleblowers to come forward. And we made the case for it that the Congress passed and the president signed 2 days before Christmas in December, the National Defense Authorization Act, basically the bill that funds the Pentagon, that had a provision in it for UFO, UAP whistleblowers and witnesses to come forward, even with their security clearances and even with their non-disclosure agreements in place, and to do so safely without a penalty, without legal repercussions, and without their pensions or anything else being threatened.
What about their lives?
So that we
didn't mention that. They're not going to leave a paper trail when they take you out. You're going to have a car accident. You're going to pass out. You're going to eat something that killed you. They're going to be a fake waiter at a restaurant, drop some drops in your drink. When you go to drink it, cyanide. Goodbye. That's how it happens. They'll get you if they want to. I wouldn't want to be a whistleblower if I had real evidence, real corroborating evidence, verifiable evidence. Nah, not me. No way. Not happening. Say what you want. I'm not going to have my family terrorized by the government for me just because I can't keep a secret. I mean, what kind of patriot are these whistleblowers? I kind of find it. I do have mixed feelings, I think. Yeah, I think I have mixed feelings about whistleblowers. Because number one, they signed that contract and you should abide by it. I don't care what you think. You think that the government, you shouldn't have signed it. You shouldn't have been a part of it if you can't handle it. So what? It's been weighing on your mind for 30 years. You just can't sleep anymore? Well, make believe you told, go tell a priest. All right? There, go tell your psychiatrist. Friggin' need to tell the public about secret technologies that make this country what it is. I don't want that shit getting out to the public. I want to be the best nation on the planet with secret technologies that can take out anybody if they dare cross the borders with weapons. I would love for us to have that technology to protect us here. I don't want it being spilled out. Now, if that technology can be used for the betterment of humanity, but they haven't found a way to do it yet to where people can break down this technology, figure it out, and make it into a weapon, that's the real threat. It's not the aliens, it's the technology getting into the wrong hands. And if Greer is saying what he's saying to be true, and that we're using this technology to smuggle drugs, can't we find something else, something better to do with this technology? If it's out there, aren't they going to the moon then? Are people going to Mars? You know what I mean? Shouldn't they be doing that? Doesn't make sense. If you have the technology, tell us. You can't give it to the public, but we're going to use it to travel in space. I wouldn't give a shit. I would be like, you mean you have secret technology that you can go from point A to point B 500 billion light years, 500 million light years in a week? If you can do that, if that's the type of technology they have, I'm okay with not getting it for myself. Eventually, it'll get down and feed into the public. But as far as using that technology to smuggle drugs, man, that's a tough one to swallow. It's probably true. That's the government. That's the U.S. government. Oh, God, they are so... Look, I wouldn't want to have any other government govern me, my country, my people than the U.S. government. I'm not against government. I just don't agree with their tactics. But I'm not in the government. I don't know why they got that way. Everything's corrupt. Everybody knows governments are corrupt, all of them. And they got that way because nobody trusts anybody. So people make these deals knowing they can't keep them, and then they back out of the deal and start a war. Or start a war for their own selfish reasons we know all about. A couple of wars. 3 or 4. At least 3 I know of. So, is it so far to believe that they're using this technology to smuggle drugs? Because, well, yeah, you know what? I can't speak. I'm going to play a few more minutes while I find another video. Hold on.
He announced widely as soon as it happened, if you remember, in January and February. And so not only through those podcasts like the Sean Ryan Show and many others, but through our own system. And that caused, for example, we had a elderly U-2 spy plane pilot from the 60s come forward, and he had been following our work for over 20 years. But until that law was passed, he was never comfortable coming forward to speak because there was no legally sanctioned, protected way to do it. Well, now there is. So I think that made a big difference, and that, as you know, was something that I was advocating.
I don't agree.
And
I don't.
Over the last couple of years,
I don't agree at all with what he just said.
Guidance on the wording of it. You know,
I don't agree with that. It's not safe. It's not. I don't believe him. Safer? Nope. Here, listen to this. Dr. Greer's call to action. This is about the money laundering.
Future of the planet is hanging in the balance, and it's not a exaggeration to say so. One thing I want to point out also, I believe the statute also includes things like money laundering.
Yes.
And let me comment on this, because in so many cases you follow the money. It's a cliche, but it's some real truth to it. And we have a coming forward at the National Press Club and at the two-day event, the 2 days before the National Press Club event on June 12th, on June 10th and 11th, a Marine who was with 5 of his platoon buddies who came across a man-made alien reproduction vehicle about 300 feet in diameter. That's as big around as a football field, offloading illegal drugs and weapons in Indonesia in 2009. We have the names of his platoon buddies. He's coming forward. He has provided testimony of.
You heard that, right?
That's as big around as a football field, offloading illegal drugs and weapons in Indonesia in 2009. We have the name.
A UFO the size of a football field unloading drugs. They were unloading drugs out of it.
Names of his platoon buddies. He's coming forward. He has provided testimony officially to the Pentagon.
Do you know how insane this sounds? Who's to say it's happening though? See, this is what bothers me about whistleblowers. Yeah, they're exciting. They're sensational claims, never have any evidence, and this one's no different. This is just as bad as Linda Moulton Howe's number 1 and number 2. Who were those guys? Remember that? Just as bad as those Antarctica people. A little more believable, but Spartan 1 and Spartan 2? Is that who it was? But whistleblowers, who's to say that the whistleblower isn't lying, making it up? Well, in this situation, there's going to be names dropped, apparently. This is unbelievable. That's why this disclosure this press conference is going to be the best. It's going to be the best.
He will be there. Now, why is that important? Because we have other witnesses who come forward, including a man who worked at a CIA in Tennessee,
Amy,
who was also involved with that end of it, using these clandestine man-made UFOs and involved heavily in moving vast quantities of contraband and drugs. Why? Because it creates an all-cash flow, which is untraceable, off budget, and is not even embezzled out of the black budget of the United States and Pentagon, but it's another revenue source.
So those whistleblowers will be coming forward. talking about all of this stuff over at the DC conference there with Greer. Yeah, it's gonna be friggin' all balls out over there. Forget about it. It's gonna be off the hook, yo. I can't talk about that. Crop circle season is upon us. Alien girl said so. There we go. I was talking about, that's why I played the crop circle song. Look how beautiful that is. Where are the F-ups, right? What did they do? Get airlifted into the circle and then airlifted out? No downed footprints? I know, they could have walked. There could be footprints on these tracks. I get it. I get it. I understand. But not even a little mess up? Nah, there's something fishy going on. Crop circles. Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Crop circles are, they're not done. Crop circles are still popping. I don't know why. And nobody's claiming them. They're all fake. Everyone. Really? Come on. There's no website, no channels, no videos that show people making these. Why do it? It's for the grandiose. It's a great illusion. They're artists. They know that people are going to take the picture of their art. They know that people are going to notice it. To them, it's a personal achievement, just like the monoliths. Remember the monoliths? They started showing up all over the place. It was the same artists. It was him and his friends putting up the monoliths all over the world, and people thought, oh my God, it's an invasion of the monoliths. But it wasn't. It was just a few artists. I talked about this many, many times over the years, about crashed, downed sources. What is this? What's this behind me? Oh, the glitch. We got to get to the glitch. But 119 flying saucers, extraterrestrial spaceships, UFOs have crashed on Earth, according to Greer. And I said that before, over 100 in the U.S. In Arizona, they had 4. Kingman, Phoenix, of all places, Sedona, and Tucsoner. Supposed 4, 5. I think there was 2 in Phoenix. Oh, 1 in Kingman. That's right. Did I already say that? No, Kingman, Sedona. That's right. Carefree, Phoenix, Tucson, and then there was 6 total that crashed just in Arizona alone. Why are they crashing? They go billions of miles. All of a sudden, they get inside the Earth and... Oh, it's because of our radar technology. You just point the radar at them and they go down like dead flies. It's amazing. Wouldn't that be great? That's all it takes. Just to shoot radar at the UFOs. Oh, Joey, what's going on? I don't know. I think we're getting hit with some sort of tractor beam. How come you can't control it? I can't control it. Bob! Did somebody say something? Bob, fix the UFO. I'm trying the best I can. This is ridiculous. We abducted you and this is all you can do? Please, try harder. Try harder. We're about to crash. Oh no, not again. They've used that magical tractor beam. It's radar. It's like a tractor beam on planet Cuckoo. Oh, I swear to God. Sometimes I just want to pull up an airplane and say, look at this. It didn't even move. Did you see this video? I got to show you this while I pull up the airplane stuff. We are living in a matrix. Look at Greer. Poor man. He's so passionate. He means it. All he wants to do is live and get disclosure.
You fucking crazy? sorry. Anyway. So, trying to say, I'm a doctor in an ER taking care of shootings and stabbings and car wrecks. And I'm being asked to brief the CIA director on stuff because he and the president are being lied to? What? You know, are you... I said, are you fucking crazy? It was terrible. Frankly, it was devastating.
Scary, right? Isn't that scary? That was a good video. That scared me. That was from UFO Judas. Yeah, that was pretty intense. You know, it's funny. You know how you see these debunkers, these wannabes like an alien addict or Scambian and others. They think they're going to have these people on their show and that they're going to make them look stupid. Right? They always try to get the people on who are lying, and they try to get them caught in their own lies. That's what Scambian does. That's what all of these wannabes do who don't respect people coming on their shows. I've never done that. Never, not even once. Even though I've had people on I didn't agree with, I treated them with respect. I gave them a voice. You've seen me do it with the guy who said he was going to cut me and slice me into little pieces. Remember that guy? That was the 5 stages of Greer. Yeah, the 5 different stages of Greer. Oh, what was this? I'm sorry. And he's got that big clown smile. David Wilcox, not Wilcox, throwing down $11 in Canadian coin. There it is. 5 stages of Greer. I know, that was a good video. I liked when they made the eyes big. Then they made him look, you know, red and bloodshot with veins coming out. One more video. David Wilcox, not Wilcox. Thank you for the $11 and a continuing support as always. Mucho gusto, generoso. That's right. You can still help support GoFund. All the links are in the show description. I said it earlier tonight. You guys know what to do already anyway, but for those who don't, that's where the link, Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description and on the homepage of GoFund. Thank you. Thank you. Mucho gusto. Generoso. Mr. Wilcoxo. Play one more of these and then I got the planes in the Matrix because the Matrix might be real. It might be. As I was saying, people think they're going to attack the person that they want to attack, but then they chicken out. And that's what we have. Chris Leto thought he was going to have Greer on his show and teach Greer a new thing or two. But here you can read Stephen Smith. Earlier today, Dr. Greer claimed to have briefed the defense minister around 10 years ago on the issue of UAP from 2010 to 2013 as mind deaf. Did you ever meet were you briefed by Greer? What is this? I don't understand.
In the 60s, President Dwight Eisenhower found out that there was a group.
But Chris Leto thought he was going to get Dr. Greer and make him mess up. I mean, you could tell if you watch this that he was trying, but Greer put him in his place. And of course, Leto cowered like the little bitch that he is.
Going off of authorized supervision by the president and also by the Congress, and began to engage in unacknowledged special access projects.
Anyway, you guys heard all this. I don't even know why I was going to play it. Nothing major happens there. Pull up the, what do you call it? I'm going to show you this. I don't know, man. People are convinced there's a glitch in the Matrix, though. After another plane spotted. Now, I've seen these videos, and I, too, am just like you and say it's parallaxing. that's where you're going this way and the object's going this way. But when, right? And then when you come across it, but you're moving like this, and it looks like the plane isn't moving, but you're staying on it, but you're moving with it. But that's not what I see here. I see people going under overpasses, looking up. The plane is right above them when they go under the overpass. And when they come out of the other side and still look up, the plane is still there. If a plane is going, I'm just saying, 300 miles an hour at takeoff or liftoff or landing, it would be well past that overpass within a second. And it took 2 seconds for the car to go underneath 1,000, 1,000. And the plane was still there? That plane should have been 1,000 feet in the other direction. Well, 500, 600 feet, give or take, in 2 seconds. It was still right up there. And then the people follow it, and you see the plane just sitting there. You don't hear it. It's a really good video. It's out there somewhere. There's a couple of them. And then I showed this video that's right here. Someone told me, why are you talking about Calvine? I'm like, it's not Calvine, you schmuck. Calvine. Watch this. I got the ad first.
Ray Magliozzi here.
I don't know what that is. It's pretty weird. It looks like it could be a helicopter, though. Oh my God, it's a helicopter. I haven't seen this on a big... I bet this is a helicopter. It looks just like one. But where's it going? Whoa. Oh, that's fake. Oh, come on. That is so fake. Look. Oh, come on. Seriously? That is so fake. This is dumb. And this is what I get for not watching the whole thing. I just went, oh, okay, here's a sighting. But to me, that looks like a helicopter. But it's fake. The whole thing is fake. It's terrible, just terrible. I'm fast forwarding it a little. Watch. I like the fake wind. There it is, rotating, going in the water and disappearing. It was transparent. It's so stupid. I tell you, it looks good though for fake. It looks good. No, that's fake. Doesn't get any faker. Oh, the airplane. Oh, where'd the article go? Hold on. I got rid of it by accident. All right. Where's the video? Yeah. That's weird. This should be it. There's an ad going off. I'm waiting for the ad to end. I want to see if they're going to show the video here. Oh my God. Where's the video of the airplane that I watched? I don't understand. I don't understand where the video is. We've seen these videos time and time again. Glitch in the Matrix videos. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on. This happens to me once in a while. Hold on. I think I can pull it up here. This is funny. So they talk about it here on later clips. Have you seen, are you guys familiar with later clips? It's pretty good. I just found it. Yeah, while we're speaking. They're going to talk about it.
Okay, here's the last one. People are convinced that there's a glitch in the Matrix after a plane
I
is
like hearing
spotted
other people talk
not
about it.
moving in the sky. Well, it's a Willie Do special right here. There's going to be a hell of a thumbnail and title on this. A video of a plane seemingly hanging in the air has gotten people questioning whether life is really just one great big glitchy simulation. Oh, WTF.
Yeah.
Oh,
look at that.
Yeah, it does look like it's just hanging there, doesn't it?
It is.
You have Mo's attention.
It is hanging there.
But,
Go ahead, but it's not.
I mean, you have two vehicles going in different directions.
Yeah.
Of course, it's gonna kind of seem like
It's really well done. Like as far
Yeah, it is.
as
It's done.
as far as one of these clips goes, I love how real it seems. You know what I mean? The way it's filmed and the WTF.
Right.
Definitive proof we're living in a video game.
I don't understand.
be-
Really? I'm serious.
Really amazing though to have that actual experience. If you're just walking down the street and you look up and the plane is just frozen.
No. I'm being serious, guys. I'm not joking around. In that video, it doesn't look like the plane is moving. I know what a plane looks like when it moves. So is he saying that they're faking it? Or that it's just the parallaxing?
Wasn't there?
Sure. Yeah.
What would you do? You start calling people. You're recording it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's hard to move on with your day. Like I don't think you just continue to your next stop, do you?
Calling people is funny, but yeah.
TikTok user by the name of Tanya posted a clip with the caption "Glitch in the Matrix." This isn't the first time I've seen this in Chicago either. Video gets 1.2 million views, and then people are baffled. Dude, this confirms. Way back, I saw a plane stay in one spot
Z-Mog.
and looked at everyone around me. They thought I was nuts.
Yeah.
Always a rude voice.
Can't no plane just sit in idle?
Yeah.
It's definitely a glitch.
Want to see it again?
Indeed, there were loads of people who attested to observing similar baffling sights. But yeah, let's call it a glitch in the Matrix and abandon all our prior beliefs. Simulation.
Here, watch it again.
Oh, WTF.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It does look like it's just hanging there, doesn't it? You have Mo's attention.
It does look like that. But
It does. If you're going towards it, it should be going
you
that
have
much
two vehicles
faster
going in
past you.
different directions.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Of course, it's gonna kind of seem like
It's really well done. Like as far as
And he says it's really well done as far as
one of these clips goes, I love how real it seems. You know what I mean? The way it's filmed.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
the
that's
WTF.
true.
Right.
So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to find I'm going to do that experiment. I'm going to try to figure it out for myself. I already know because I've been near airports where you see planes coming in for a landing and then they have the roadway right alongside of it. Not directly, but in Arizona, the planes fly right over you. When you're going one way and the plane's coming in, it's going past you. It's not staying in that spot. I just don't understand it. But somebody who said that the planes are going, it's always when the planes are going in opposite direction. No, it's not. Sometimes they show the planes going in the same direction as the car. And it's still the same thing. That makes more sense to me. If you're going the same direction as the airplane, not against it. And the plane's right there. It's not further out to where you have real parallaxing going on from a distance. It's right above them. I'm a little confused. It could be climbing. I'm just telling you. Yeah, but that plane isn't climbing away from you. If the plane is taking off at 200 miles an hour and you're doing 55, 65, let's just say, it's going 150 miles an hour away from you faster, or it's going 230 miles against you, you know, adding your speed. So I'm telling you, I'm just going to have to do my own test. That's it. It's an illusion. I get it. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. It's an illusion. It's a good one. It's a good one. Because we all know, because none of us can imagine an airplane stopping in midair. That's not reality. It can't be. We're not in a matrix. Who's to say we're not? That's what scares me. Who's to say we're not in a matrix? Where's your proof that we aren't? Where's your proof that we are? It's a tough one, man, but it is an illusion. So is the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is bad memory, subliminal advertising, and people just making the wrong narrative, making the wrong words narrative. They're saying the wrong thing. So it gets printed the wrong way. So society thinks it's supposed to be said the wrong way. We've seen it with Luke, I am your father. No, it's no, I am your father. But I know he said Luke. Why would he say Luke? He's right there in front of him. No, I am your father. That's it for tonight, kids. We'll be back tomorrow at noon for the NASA special, what are they doing tomorrow? This? I'll get the thing ready, get the background ready. The Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon Independent Study Team Public Meeting tomorrow at noon. We're going live. So we'll see you at noon. We're not starting it at 10:30. We're starting it at noon because that's when the action happens. I don't want to be there in the first 90 minutes just to hear people say, this is it, this is why, this is how. I want to hear the people that are actually giving us the evidence, and that's supposedly what's supposed to happen at 12:30. So we'll be there at noon, 30 minutes prior to the continuing meeting after their lunch break at the NASA Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon public meeting tomorrow at noon. And then we'll be back at 7 o'clock that night. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight and supporting the show the way you do. Nobody does it better than the Goof On crew. Goofonia. You guys are the best ever. We do Truthology. Truthology for ufology for you. Yeah, thank you, moderators, super chatters, newcomers, and veterans. Thank you for everything you do, your dedication, your time, your devotion, and your support. I can't do it without you. And with that being said, again, be kind, be fair, and alien blessed.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Control life. Warning.